Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Ooh, got some background noise there. How are we doing on this Monday? Happy Labor Day to the American fans out there. On my American family, happy Labor Day to you. It is a new day, a new week. It is Monday, and today you've been there. I've been there. Just last night, when you're ready to quit, when you're ready to throw in the towel, you're ready to throw up your hands, and you say, "That's it," and give up. I'm calling it quits. Don't. That's the first thing I want to tell you. Don't. But then, two, there's 6 things that you really need to do. And literally, if you are in business, if you are an entrepreneur and you haven't thought of quitting, then it's not hard enough for you. You're not challenging yourself, pretty much. Okay. So basically, on this journey of life, on this journey of entrepreneurship, on this journey of motherhood, there are going to be different times when you're just like, I quit, I give up, I'm calling it, I'm done, right? And the reality is, if you do these 6 things, and sometimes we do them so automatically that we don't even know them as 6 things. We just know them as revisiting, and we regroup, we move on, and we forge ahead with what it is that we have to do. We forge ahead with our mission. So, for those of you joining me today, thank you. Let me know where you're coming in from. My mom's in particular, you want to come home, there will be a link in the description of this video after. Because of internet challenges, I just wanted to jump on, right? Because the internet is going wonky. So I just wanted to get on and get this live to you because it is Monday. All right, we got to start the day off. And I want to help you all, especially for those who are thinking, oh, I've had enough. I'm done. I'm done. All right. So, and bearing it out there for you. I had that feeling last night and then woke up this morning. Literally, I went through these 6 things without even realizing that I did it. Okay. And then I said, you know what? I've got to share this because everybody's going to go through this at some point in time. We've got our valleys and we've got our peaks. Okay. So, what's the first thing? Revisit your purpose, your vision, especially as parents, right? What's our purpose? To see responsible, productive adults. So when we have totally thought that, I've had enough, especially with all of this online schooling and homeschooling and everything, don't give up. Business. When you're in business, you came into your business for a reason, for a purpose. So revisit that purpose. And 9 out of 10 times, sometimes that's the only thing you have to do. And then you're just like, okay, I'm good. I've got it. Let's get back on the saddle. But sometimes you need a little more. All right, you've got to revisit the purpose. You've got to understand, why was it that I'm starting to do what it is that I want to do in the first place? Okay, that was a mouthful, and probably a little confusing, but it's your why. All right, you people in different spheres, they talk about start with why. Okay. And when you're feeling like quitting, you have to go back to that why. You have to constantly go back to that reason. Why did you become a mother? Why did you become an entrepreneur? Why did you become a teacher? All right. A lot of teachers I see now also struggling with the whole online schooling thing as well. Revisit that purpose and remember it. Now, the next thing that we do is, like, oftentimes when we're feeling like quitting is because we kind of hit a wall, or we didn't get, like last week, like, one of the reasons I was just feeling like, is because last week I had a lost week. Now, you would have heard me talk about the power list, right? And this wonderful power list. And every day you either have a W, a win of the day, or an L. And last week I had L, 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 L. So I consider that an L week. Now, it's not that I didn't have everything written down. I had it written down, and just life and all sorts of things kept getting in the way, and literally every day was an L, 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 L. So how do you think I felt at the end of the week? I was feeling like a loser, right? Because I lost the entire week. I didn't have one win day. Okay, but that was just last week. And I had to flip in my calendar to see the week before, where I had 4 wins and 1 loss. And sometimes what happens is that we don't remember our wins. We don't remember our achievements. And it is hard sometimes when you're in a slum to show the spotlight on what you have achieved. Look up at that wall and see the trophies, the medals, or whatever it is that makes you remember, oh yeah, I did do this. Oh yeah, I did do that. It's like, you know what? you start to feel a little better about yourself when you remember your accomplishments and what you actually have done, and not so much on what you haven't achieved as yet. All right. So it's important to think about that when you're in that slum. Sit down, think about all the good things that you actually have achieved, because they are out there. Who did you in business, did you have a powerful phone call with somebody? Did you have a great webinar, or whatever the case may be? All right. And you've got to remember those wins so that you could push forward even when you have losses. All right. The third thing is just accept that, yeah, setbacks are going to happen. This is not a smooth ride. This isn't a rocky ride. You have to accept that, understand it. But what I also like to say is assess why it happened. Okay. There's a very powerful sequence of questioning that, sometimes I apply. What worked, what didn't work, and what could I have done better, that I learned from some mentors many years ago. What worked, what didn't work, and what might I do differently? And that is powerful, because when you have setbacks, first of all, you have to acknowledge it will happen. Okay, nothing is ever going to go smoothly, and as mothers, as parents, we know that. Ever so do we know that. But even in business, you have to recognize that it's not going to be a smooth ride. It's going to be like the roads in Trinidad and Tobago sometimes. After WASA has decided that they need to fix pipes. If you from Trinidad and Tobago, you understand completely what I mean. But also assess, all right? Assess it and figure out what worked, what didn't work, and what might you do differently. Okay. And then obviously the way to get out of a slump is to do something, right? You've got to take action. But very often, because you're so blurry in what's going on, you're emotional, you don't know what action to take. So here's the best thing that you can do. Take action on what you're good at. Okay. So if you are good at making calls, go and start making some calls. If you are good at starting conversations, go and start conversations. If you're good at doing live video, go and do live video. If you're good at blogging, go and write. All right. If you're good at building puzzles with your kids, go and build puzzles with your kids. Don't think about what you can't do. Rather, think about what you can do and what you're good at. What you're good at, because once you're good at it, you're going to see success quickly, and then you could look back at the achievements, because the achievement would have probably been 10 minutes ago. All right. And then you're going to start to feel a little better, and you're moving out of that slum. All right. Good. So clear your head. All right. A lot of the time, sometimes we need to remove ourselves from the space that has created the breakdown. Remove yourself, clear your head, go for a walk. Don't forget to wear your mask if you're still watching this during COVID-19 pandemic. Clear your mask, clear your head, sorry, right? And then come back and reassess. And the last thing I do is you call in the reinforcements, okay? Now, a lot of people, when they're in a slum, they call people who are also in slums. That's not the thing to do, okay? One of the best things that you could do is call in the reinforcements, whether that is, especially for business owners, call a business coach, call a mentor. If you're in a community of entrepreneurs, ask a question, how do you get over this, or something like that? Because you have to get feedback and call in the reinforcements to help you build yourself back from people who understand you and people who have been where you've been. There's no use asking your friends who haven't made 6K yet how to make 6K. Okay? That's something that we learned in the 5-day challenge a couple of weeks ago. All right? You've got to surround yourself with people who have been where you've been, or are on the same path that you would like to go. All right. Don't sit down and ask your friend who's playing whatever it is now, Nintendo or I don't know what it is now. All right. How to make 500 US a week if they're spending 500 US a week and not earning it. Okay. Let's just be real. So the reinforcements that you're calling in are the people that are going to help you see beyond you, help you, give you things to do. All right. So even though this morning, I've shared Monday mornings, I've got my call with one of my mentors. This morning I couldn't do it because I was doing homeschooling stuff. All right. But I said, don't worry. This is what I'm doing. And, I have my plan, all right? But I also have my community, all right? So I could reach into my community, call in the reinforcements, reach out to the people who have been where you want to go, all right? And let them help you along the way. That's what I mean, I call it your support system. You can't get support from people who don't understand, nor do they know what to do. Okay, great. So feeling in a rut, feeling to quit, first of all, don't. I tell you right now, go and clear your head, all right? And just accept that these struggles are going to happen. They will happen. It's just the nature of the game. But assess what you did, what went well, right? So that's looking at your achievements. What happened that was great? What didn't happen that was too great? And what might you do differently that got you into this slump? Okay. So I hope this has helped you today. Given you some food for thought, all right, and given you some means for action. Understand, yes, it's going to happen. You're going to fall into a slum at some point in time, but you are blessed with whatever journey you're on. You are blessed to know that there are going to be people who are ready to support you, willing to support you, and just go through these things, and you will see how you get out of that slum, and you're ready to hit the road running again. All right. So have a great day. Have a great week. And we will see you, God willing, tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody.